What is up, my friends and family? Welcome back to the channel. It's Gary, the Card Father, and today I am in beautiful and sunny Dallas, Texas. Yes, that's right, the one and only Lone Star State. And today I'm going to show you the inside look to Trading Card World. Come and join me as we go inside. Okay, guys, so here we are. We are in a looks like a corporate industrial complex, and what it is a huge building. And you're going to see this with a lot of trading card stores that they're all over the place. Like, it doesn't make a difference where they are. They pop up in all these locations and really randomize where they are, because the important thing is that they're out and about in their community, but also they're in a space that is really conducive to foot traffic. And there seems to be a lot of good foot traffic that comes here. And as you'll find out as we go through the video, there's a lot of people who walk into the store in the afternoons and evenings because that's where they are. So, I mean, good parking, nice foot traffic makes sense. So this is Trading Card World. This is a fantastic area. And I was talking with Chase, one of the business operators in Lindell, just a little bit ago about how they started. Where did they come from? Like, what did they do? And they said they started during COVID. It was a little bit of a beginning, but now they've grown into this full-fledged store that really specializes in Pokemon, but also specializes in a few other NTGs, such as Star Wars or Unlimited, some Arcana. They're moving into the Yu-Gi-Oh space. And one thing they don't do is Magic the Gathering. And that's okay because they're working on some ideas with that, but they really want to move into Yu-Gi-Oh because apparently Yu-Gi-Oh here in the Dallas area is pretty big and pretty large. It's a good community. But as you can see throughout the footage, there's a lot of really cool things in this store, from the vintage cases, looks like a museum, to obviously a snack machine, but also to the back stock and how they take everything and they organize everything. Between all of the actual seating areas that they have available and just the table play areas, to the common things like the things you see on the walls up here, the cards and stuff that they have, the uncut sheets of Faso full hollows. It's really an incredible thing to see as a trading card store that's not in Columbus, Ohio, how they operate and how they move. So, in talking with Chase and Lindell today, they told me a little bit about their history. They didn't start off traditionally just jumping right into a card store in the middle of COVID. No, they started a little bit differently, where the mass majority of their stakeholders in their business actually were rivals at one point. Like, for the most part, they were all pretty much bidding for other collections and cards and different lots from time to time, and then realizing that they were just overbidding each other, and at one point came together and decided to join forces, more or less, and create this store. They originally called themselves DFW Pokemon, and within a year of being at one of their business partners' house address, they decided to move into this corporate space on the fourth or fifth floor. And so from that point forward, in talking with Chase, they said very distinctively that within the next year, they decided to go all in, and that one of the purchases that they made was about $300,000 of battle styles, sword and shield battle styles, where they just sold through the majority of their PO. And when they did that, they realized they had something on their hands. So it's a testament to the fact that they started really humbly. Um, Combined their assets, combined their resources, combined their knowledge and expertise together to form this store. So, in talking with Chase and Lindell about their operations, they operate on Whatnot. They have two streaming rooms that are really dedicated to streaming, with employees who handle that, who go to school full time, and then they come in the evenings and they do the Whatnot streams. But more importantly, like, they also are on TCG Player, so they obviously have multiple sales channels. Outside of that, they have an online store, and if you haven't seen that, check that out here, that they operate through. And then, of course, their physical brick and mortar, and they have everything in stock, from singles to sealed product to graded cards. And they're not just sticking with just one TCG or two or three. They moved into three or four more, and on top of that, they're doing sports cards as well. And so when I walked in and started talking with them, just introducing myself, there's a gentleman here with, like, I don't know, had to have been like 40 or 50 or 60, maybe even more sports cards that they were then operating to send in for grading to PSA and back in. So it's just an incredible sight to be able to walk into a store, see the changes and things that people do, and to experience the differences of that, but also to learn more about what the store does. Some of the things that Chase and I discussed were definitely helpful in the regards of understanding kind of what a card business really does go through, from their acquisition of distributors and the pains that it takes to have those, to learning about the community and learning about what the community likes. Now, at their particular store and location, they don't necessarily have a huge Magic the Gathering following. They have more of a Yu-Gi-Oh following. So they decided not to dive into the Magic world, Magic the Gathering of cards, but they decided to stick with the primary ones. And when I asked Chase specifically what he thought was the top 4 trading card sets that they would normally go, this is what he had to say. What is the top for you right now?
Pokemon for sure.
Pokemon still?
Like Pokemon, I would say, is number 1 for sure. We don't do Magic, so I can't speak on that.
Right.
But I bet that probably would be up there.
But I mean, you got Lorcana and One Piece, and then Yu-Gi-Oh.
So I'm going to say Pokemon, One Piece. This is Dallas. I'm speaking just generally in Dallas.
Yeah.
So Pokemon, One Piece, Yu-Gi-Oh, and then it's not completely out yet, but dude, I think Union Arena is going to be number 4.
It's going to be number 4.
Like
okay.
just how many calls and foot traffic we had coming in here asking if we have booster boxes. I was like, what the heck, man? Like,
so
crazy.
what is Unlimited doing? Like, how are you guys doing with Star Wars Unlimited?
So it's sold really good on our stream, like on Whatnot, but like in store, we don't have a ton of, I guess, people that know that we carry it. You know what I mean? I think
fair.
It's more of a word of mouth thing. So it did okay to, like, some Star Wars fans that come in here that were just like, hey, we know the guy likes Star Wars. We're like, hey, we got this box, and sell a couple here and there, but people calling and just foot traffic wise, not a ton of it. But on stream, it was insane. We sold pretty much every case we had just on stream.
Wow. And that's the thing. They really want to do more outreach into the community. They want to be more involved in the community. They want to be more involved with their people and their players. And I think that's the important thing to learn about trading card stores, is that we're not just businesses. We are places where people can gather because we know people need people. So. All right, well, there you go. There it is, our visit to Trading Card World today in Dallas, Texas. Such an amazing opportunity to get to go and see those guys and see how their operation works and talk with them and just kind of enjoy some time learning a little bit about what they do and what I could do to make my shop better when I open my store, but also to give you a glimpse inside of another store's mentality, about the community, about why they do certain things, and just an inside look. So I really appreciate your time. Thank you for joining me in this, and as always, you can do all things through Christ who gives you strength. All right, friends, until next time.